for the people that live here.
So I was in the East Room when President Trump held the presser with Prime Minister Netanyahu, and he announced the plans for the riviera of the Middle East in Gaza. Is that art of the deal talk? Is that a serious plan? What is your sense of where President Trump is headed with that idea?
Well, first of all, let's start from the fact that he's a great negotiator. So we know that he's negotiating all of the time. Secondly, I think, again, I sound like, I keep repeating myself, but we had peace there. We had peace agreements, right? The media and the intelligence agencies told President Trump if you moved the embassy, there would be outright war. We know the opposite happened. Peace agreements broke out. And so I think you got to say to Donald Trump, you know how to deliver peace. You certainly know how to negotiate Americans into a peaceful situation. And so my kind of attitude is let's watch and see how this plays out, because I have full faith that Donald Trump is a great negotiator, and he's delivered peace before, and he's going to have to do it again now because of the Biden regime.
Regardless of what it looks like, us getting involved in Gaza, I mean, President Trump has talked about getting out of foreign entanglements. That's a promise that he made on the campaign trail. How does that jive with his promise?
I think that's an incredibly fair question.
Thank you. You hear that, guys?
No, I do. I think it's a legitimate question to say, wait a minute, you've said this.
Yeah.
Again, what I think the thinking and the criteria is how do we deliver peace? And I've spent 8 years at the UN, and what's been happening in the Palestinian territories and in Gaza, we've been talking about for decades. We were talking about this.
The U.S. still has a role to play and should play a role in peace in the Middle East, even with the America First agenda?
Yes, but that doesn't immediately mean that we jump to boots on the ground. And I would say the other thing is, I'm a diplomat. You're going to hear me talk about diplomacy, not about war and the things of war. But I will say that as kind of a chastisement to the public debate right now, when you talk about security assurances, stop assuming that security assurances are just simply American boots or UN boots and guns. I can't think of a better security assurance than private equity folks on the ground. American businessmen on the ground trying to do deals and help rebuild or help bring economic development. If you've got a bunch of Americans or Westerners even that are in Ukraine, that are in the Black Sea, doing economic development, I can't think of a better way to have a security assurance.
And I know we're running low on time.